How's it doing, folks? Paul from Primal here, and I'm hoping today the video's not going to cut out on me and Lewis isn't going to drop that too heavy a weight for him, the deadlifting. So today we're talking about 12-week transformations. Should you or shouldn't you? Now, depends on the gym. Good friends of mine do them amazing. We've done them for a long time, got amazing results. Something didn't sit right with me, and I'll tell you why about that. There's other people just completely disagree with them. It always depends on the person. For example, if you are Gareth and you're 25 years old and you're, for all purposes, single, he's not single, but sorry girls, but in other words, he's not married, he's no kids, he's basically got his life, or you're Lewis. You what? You got a dog, that's right, you got a child, that's right. Yeah, you're pathetic at 25. That's a 40-year-old female things with his Gareth. So, if you're Gareth or you're Lewis, then yeah, 12-week transformation is probably good. Why? Because you're already trained. You're ready in shape. You've got the discipline to do it. You understand that you've got the time, basically. You understand the eating. You've got the money. You've got all these available times, all this availability to do this thing and actually make go of it. If you're 40 years old and you're me, I could probably do one. I don't want to do one, but I'm trained enough. I understand it enough. I don't have the discipline to do the eat that way for 12 weeks. I just don't have that discipline. Well, I don't have the discipline, but I don't have the desire. There's nothing could drive me more insane than being told I can't eat chocolate for 6 days a week, and there'd be nothing more drive me than I have to eat carbs one day and fat and just do my head in. It just doesn't suit my lifestyle, and therefore I have no motivation to do it and continue it. I've tried it 3 times, and by about week 6 or 7, I'm just so bored of it that I just lose all interest. So for me, no, it wouldn't work. And what I find is, for overweight, unhappy guys who are just looking to get in a bit of shape, they're an absolute nightmare. Have people got results from it? Yes, we've done it in this gym, we got great results, but here's the problem. When we've done it, what I've noticed with, I'd say, good, many percentage, Gareth, do you think people dropped off in 12 weeks after 12 weeks? 50, 60%? Yeah. More than half. Yeah, more than half the people who've done our 12-week programs never came back. And the reason being is well, do they work? 100% they work. There's no doubt about it. We've got the photographs. Loads of other gyms got the photographs. Different programs, all get the same results. Why? Because they're all saying that they're hypertrophy, bit of strength, and low calories. So you burn fat, build a bit of muscle, look good for photo shoots. That's the idea of a 12-week transformation. It's for a photo shoot, it's for a purpose, it's not for longevity, and this is where people make mistake. The fitness industry, we're bombarded with the 6-packs and the ripped girls, the ripped guys, and we think that's what the fitness industry is, and it's not. That is a short-term goal for guys and girls who want to go on holidays and stuff like that, okay, getting married or whatever. It's short-term. For some people, yes, they will maintain it and they will continue on. For the majority of other people, from my experience, no, they drop off. Why? Their mindset. When you go into a 12-week transformation, you pay a lot of money. So you pay at least 1,200 quid. So if you pay £1,200 for that, you've invested a lot of money, and your mind's going to be focused, right? 1,200 quid, a lot of money. I've got 12 weeks. I'm going to turn up every day. Boom, 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 boom. Get the shit done. At the end of 12 weeks, you're done. The calorie intake's so low to drop that fat off you that you've no energy. The stress levels of lifting heavy weights all the time and living continuously repetitive exercises over and over and over again while you're in this sort of calorie deficit where you're grumpy and you're depriving yourself of all these things. You've only got a finite amount of willpower, and at those 12 weeks you just go for a blowout, and that blowout ends up being a week, ends up being 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and 5-6 weeks later you're back to square one. I've seen it happen so many times that I didn't like it, so I stopped doing them. Okay, we don't really do them anymore. Do they work for 40-year-old guys? Yes and no. We've covered that. Yes, if you're a trained guy, you've been training for a long time, you haven't really slipped off, maybe you just dropped it back a bit, but you haven't stopped training continuously, or you're in some sort of shape where you're not obese, you're not very overweight, then yeah, they'll work. No, if you're overweight, no, it's not going to work in 12 weeks. You will lose some weight, you will build some muscle, but you're not going to get that 6-pack look. That's just the reality of it, okay? And if you're being told that you will, well then you're being lied to, or you're being starved to the point where you're just not going to function properly. And I've seen that so many times. It's called the rebound effect. the calorie level, the calories are dropped so low for that 12 week that your metabolism's screwed up. It just doesn't, you're not healthy at all. And you start eating properly again and bang, you put all this weight back on. So common. And it's demotivating for people because they put all this work in for 12 weeks and then 6 to 8 weeks later they're back to square one and they feel shit and they just feel like a failure. So I would do it. What should an overweight guy who wants to change do? Right, come to terms with the fact it is going to take time, and that is reality. And I say this, I've said this before, today's society, hold on, check this. Yes, hello Lauren. Today's society, we are so used to getting everything we want instantaneously. You want groceries? On the internet, Sainsbury's delivers to your door. Feel like shit, we post on Facebook, boom, oh Lex, how you doing? Are you alright? Oh, I'm feeling okay. All that dopamine's released, all that endorphins, and you feel better instantly. We're so used to instantaneous stuff that we're not used to we're no longer used to actually having to work for something. 12 weeks is a long time to work. Trust me, 12 weeks coming in, day out, is soul destroying, right? And this 12-week transformation for an overweight guy, I said it, it's the devil, because you're focusing on going, okay, in 12 weeks I'm going to be this shape. The reality is you're probably not. So, come to terms with it, you're overweight, it's going to take time. Think 1 year down the line. So, I tell this to a lot of clients who are, the guys who come in here, overweight, and I tell them, okay, let's think of it like this. 1 year down the line, we've had 1 full year of perfect training. The diet's went perfect, you've never missed your sessions, your weights are going up. How do you look? How do you feel? And you get that image in your head, and it's the feeling, okay? Because it's a feeling that's going to drive you forward. Not a thought, but a feeling. Thought's like a mental thing. Feeling is like an emotional response. So you feel angry, you feel hungry, you feel pissed off, you feel happy, you feel in love. They're all feelings, okay? And they evoke a response. So you've got to get the feeling of how would 1 year down the line of perfect training, what would it do for your life? How would you feel? What difference would it make to you, okay? Once you get that feeling, you lock that in, and that's your go-to thing when shit gets hard. But what you focus on is every single day as an individual day, okay? You don't think 2 weeks down the line, don't think 3 weeks down the line. You focus on that day and only on that day. And then the next day, you forget about that day and you focus on that day. And then the next day you do that, you forget about the other 2 days, you forget about the next 4 days ahead, and you focus on that one day. Make your eating perfect for that day. Get your training session in for that day. Do whatever you got to do for that day. And when it's done, praise yourself, move on the next day, and focus on. And when shit hits the fan, you fall off the horse. You don't then go back to your default thought pattern of, oh shit, I've missed a day, fuck it, it's not worth it. You look back at, like, so say you've done 2 weeks of solid work, and you have one bad day. Everyone has a bad day. But what we tend to do is we go back to that default negative thought pattern of, shit, I had a bad day, it's no point, I'm just going to eat bad. And that brings that old habit back in. When the reality is, it's 1 day, you've missed a single day, or you've had a bad meal, you've had a bad day, you've had a block of ice cream, you've had a pissed off day, your stress levels have went up, just went, fuck it, it happens. Get back on the horse and keep going the next day, okay? Just forget about it and move on. That's the biggest crux for people, okay? Because that focusing on 1 day, each day will lead to a week. Each week will lead to a month, and each month leads to that year. And that year leads to you changing your entire life. But it all comes down to you focusing on 1 day and not projecting too far ahead. Like I said, you on the first day, you get that feeling inside you, understand how it's going to feel, use it for those days you don't feel like motivating, remind yourself why you're doing it and how it's going to make you feel, and then focus on that day again. 2, change how you speak about yourself, who you identify as, and no more joking about your weight or putting yourself down. You're taking actions and fuck the haters. What do I mean by that? Okay. A lot of guys, a lot of girls, it's just a habit, okay? I've spoken this before. You come into a gym and you've got these preconceived notions about what the gym's going to be like. There's going to be strong guys here, I'm going to be the biggest guy, I'm going to be the fattest guy, I'm going to be the weakest guy, I'm going to be the most untrained guy, whatever it is, it's usually negative. It's always these excuses, these reasons in your head as to prepare yourself for why you're going to feel unready. Instead, you actually look at it logically. You are overweight, but you're actually doing something about it, okay? Now, if you're doing something about it, then you should be proud of that, and you should be telling people, yeah, I'm doing something, and you should be focusing on the positive side of things as opposed to feeling the need to justify that people or joke about your weight in case someone else jokes about it. See, if someone jokes about your weight, call them out and go, who the fuck do you think you are? No one's got any right to speak to you like that. But if you're overweight or you're paranoid about something about your body or something like that, you find it easier to joke about yourself because your thought process, you're like casting that out into what you think other people are thinking. So if you're an overweight guy and every time you look in the mirror and you see an overweight guy, you're probably thinking that every other person next to you sees an overweight guy. For all you know, you could be talking to some girl who thinks you're the biggest buck in the world. You never know. But you don't think that. You think to yourself, shit, I'm overweight, I don't like my body, therefore no one else can like my body, and I'm gonna do something to, it's damage limitation almost, where you're worried about someone saying your worst fears to you, so you say it first to protect yourself. And that continuous thing leads to you thinking negatively about yourself, and those negative thoughts lead to you failing in your goal to get fitter. So you've got to stop talking to yourself like that. You've got to see yourself as a thin person, as that fit person, automatically, because you're looking at yourself as this fat person, and because you're looking at yourself as that fat person, guess what? You're fat. Okay? So start saying, and the reason that is happening is because everything you're doing is identifying as this fat guy. That means you're eating like a fat guy, you're training like a fat guy, you're living your life like a fat guy. And you don't want to be a fat guy. So stop thinking like that. Think to yourself as, right, okay, I'm stepping in the gym. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to be in great shape. I am in great shape. And therefore, when you start thinking like that, and it takes time, it's practice, and it's going to take time, you're going to find yourself having to correct yourself an awful lot, and that's part of the process. But it's fine. But you've got to keep on talking to yourself and realising yourself why you're doing it, and how it's going to make you feel, and start identifying as a thin guy, or a built guy, or a strong guy. And then all the actions you take will start merging into that to bring you towards that goal. Okay? I know it sounds mad, but it works. Trust me in this. 3, focus on fat loss and mobility first. It's quicker than muscle and makes changes more noticeable, and it's crazy. So when you come into Primal, for example, we have a program that we use for guys who are just starting back into training, okay? And it's enough. That's all you need for training. You just need enough. You don't need to go overboard. You don't need, like, there was one guy who was meant to train here and went to another gym, and apparently he'd done 30 minutes of deadlifts the first session, and his back's fucked. And he's down to 1,200 calories a day. Yeah, I wonder why. Do you know that there's protocols? You have to train the individual. Not like we train groups, but everyone in the group is trained as an individual, because everyone has individual mobility issues, strength issues, different sort of things, different goals. So we have to train them. Even though we do one program, we adapt the program for every person, so that every single thing, their problems are hit closer to that sort of personal goal. So we focus on fat loss and mobility first, because if you're overweight, if you're fat, if you're not happy, and I get you down some of some weight off, you're going to start feeling proud about yourself. You're going to notice a change in your body, and that's going to start spurring you on. Whereas if I focus on, let's build some muscle, we're just going to focus on building muscle, that's 6 months to a year, and you're not going to see many goals. Good fall to us. You're not going to see that much change, and it's going to demotivate you. So the fat loss, the health benefits of losing the weight, it's going to be good for your heart, going to move your lungs, good for your joints. The mobility issues, you're going to feel better. When you're not moving in pain, when you're able to get off the seat and you're not in pain and your joints don't ache, and you can move your neck without that stress and those headaches happening, then you're going to feel better. And that feeling is going to be a lot stronger of a motivation tool than just, looking in the mirror and seeing a tiny change. It's the feeling's going to always work, okay? So we focus on fat loss and mobility first. It's quicker. Why we're doing fat loss and mobility, we are building muscle because we are using weights. So you are going to get some strength build, but our primary focus is getting your eating right, okay, and getting you focusing on the mobility side of things. Once that starts happening, everything else falls in place. Secondly, build strength and muscle. Feel like a man, chicks love it. Yeah, simple as that. It feels good to be able to lift a heavy weight. It does. When you pick up weight, you go, fuck, that's heavy, and you pick it up, it's a triumph, okay? It's something awesome. There's something very primal about lifting a heavy object off the floor, or putting it on your back, or squatting, or whatever it is. There's just something very primal and something very manly about doing that. Chicks love it as well. I'm saying girls don't love it, of course do. And I say chicks love it, just talking to guys. Girls love muscles, and you're going to get more attention. The missus is going to love you more, because she's going to think, oh, my husband's hot again, happy days. Or if you're single, the girl's going to be going, hey, he's good looking, and it's going to get you your hole, and you're going to be happy. So building the muscle comes next. Fifth, decide what's next when you get where you want to go. Okay, this is nothing. Focus on the main goal a year. 1 year down the line, after that, and you've done that whole year, and you've worked out, everything's worked perfectly, and you're ready to move on to the next stage, then you can decide what you want to be. Do you want to get ripped? Do you want to get yourself in absolutely phenomenal shape? Then go for it. You probably can, because you've built that habit and that mindset that you will do it. Or, if you're more like me, and you're just happy with how you feel and look now, and you just want to maintain that, well, that's what you do. And this is crucial. This is the key to everything, feeling happy. And it's something that the industry has completely forgotten about. It's what health and fitness is about. It's like almost the health has been removed out of this fitness thing, and it's all about the six-pack. It's not about the six-pack, it's about feelings. Everything in life is about feeling, how you feel. If you're going to the gym and you don't feel good about going to the gym, leave gyms, go to a different gym. Find a gym that's going to make you feel good. If you're doing something, if you're doing a job that doesn't make you feel good, change your job, because you're not feeling good, and you only got one life, and you might as well live it to your maximum ability. So feeling happy is the crux of everything here, and that's what I'm trying to get to 40-year-old guys. If you're unhappy with your weight, lose some weight. Then readjust. Then say, hey, actually, I don't need to build muscle. I know a guy, a good friend of mine, he lost a shit ton of weight, an absolute ton of weight. Must be 7, 8 stone, 9 stone maybe. But he doesn't do weights because he's happy. He's happy with how he looks. He's happy going out for a run. He's happy going for cycling. Happy days, brilliant. That's his choice. And there's other guys I know who just are happy when they're lifting heavy weights. There's other guys I know who are happy when they're punching the face of each other. It's just about being happy, and that's what people have forgotten about this industry. It's about the happiness. The looks and all come when you feel good, not trying to get yourself look good and be miserable, trying to look good. And that's where they're making mistakes here. So folks, 12-week transformations, are they worth it? Yes and no, depends on where you are. What we're going to do is we're going to be doing a 12-week kickstart, okay? So we're going to be doing, it's going to be, I can't remember how much actually going to be, well, about £447 for 12 weeks, okay, per person. It's going to be 12 weeks of getting you started and back into fitness, okay? This is not about getting the six-pack. This is about getting you in the mindset and the frame of mind and of being able to understand and believe yourself that you can achieve more, okay? It's about improving your mobility. It's about improving your eating habits. It's about improving your sleep patterns. It's about making you feel like the man you want to be again, okay? And that's going to take more than 12 weeks. That's why we call it the kickstart. Because once you've done this 12 weeks, you will know how to kettlebell swing, you will know how to press, you will know how to mobilize, you'll know how to squat, you'll know how to deadlift, you'll know how to do Bulgarian bags, mace bells, you know how to do conditioning. You'll basically know everything you need to do to go to a gym, and whether you want to stay on here or move on and do yourself, you'll be in a perfect position to be able to do that. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to be launching that next couple of weeks. But I hope you enjoyed that and hope you got took some away from it. Cheers.